this is Eponique. I am going to take you through my full wash day routine for air dry curls. So, starting off, we start off with Redo Prepoo. I use the high porosity or medium to high porosity since my hair is color damaged, so I use a thicker oil. Basically what I do, this is my hair after like being in a ponytail for a couple days. The curls are kind of scraggly. So, I start off, I don't do this very like correctly where I like section it. I kind of start off with doing the outside and then I really concentrate on the ends of my hair. I like super soak the ends with the oil. One thing that I really like about the OrganiGrowHairCo line is that it's all vegan, organic, natural, so nothing like harmful is in it, and it's definitely helped my curls go from like straight and like super bleached out to back to curly again, which is awesome. Definitely get the back, this area. Kitchen. Get in the kitchen. Alright, then I'll start to get the scalp and I'll section it in a few big sections. I'm not super specific with combs, I just use my fingers. So I do a comb and I go down the center of the part and I massage it with my fingers. Alright, so then I'll do another part. I'll do 2 more parts on each side. And just make sure I'm coating the hair after I rub it through. Alright, so now do the other side. I'll probably fast forward through so you don't have to sit here and watch me do the whole thing. I'm trying to be patient. Then I just go through the whole thing and just add a little more to the ends to make sure it's pulled up. Just make sure that I'm really massaging my scalp and getting the oil on the whole surface area of my head. And then the massaging just helps make sure your hair follicles are stimulated. Scratching off any debris, loosening it up. Alright, so then we put it in a little bun, a little bunny one, like this. And I put a little plastic hair cap on. put my plastic cap on, then I go downstairs to the sauna and I sit there for about 30 minutes to make sure the oil soaks in and it's moisturizing my hair and loosening up any debris. So if you don't have a sauna accessible, you can definitely do this with a dryer. You can sit up under a dryer, one of the dome dryers, or get one of the plastic caps that has a blow dryer attachment and kind of put it through there for a little bit too, just to heat it up quickly. Or sometimes I've even just slept in this overnight, so I'll put it on at nighttime, sleep with this on, and then wash my hair in the morning. I usually put a towel down on my pillow before I go to sleep just so I don't get oil all over my pillowcases. So there's a few different options if you don't want to just go sit in the sauna or you don't have a sauna around to do it in. Alright, I'll be back in 30. Alright, I just got out of the sauna, nice and steamy. So we've got our oil heated head. And now it's time to wash. So what I like to do is I use both the Growpoo clarifying shampoo first, and then I use the moisturizing shampoo. I like to use the clarifying first just because it has apple cider vinegar in it, and I like to use that to really cleanse my scalp. I have a little bit of scalp psoriasis, so that helps make sure that my scalp stays healthy and free of debris and skin and all that stuff that you don't want. Alright, so I usually use the sink. So about that much to start. I wet my hair. And I focus this mostly towards my scalp, just to get rid of the oil and then the buildup. Then I take the Growpoo moisturizing shampoo and I use that afterwards just to add some moisture back, and I do kind of like a second pass through. Lastly, I finish with the the Growtein Deep Moisture Conditioner. This has protein in it, which is good if you have damaged hair or if you do a lot of things to it like dyeing or bleaching. It helps fill in those holes in your hair that make your hair weak. So I focus most of the conditioner towards the ends, not as much on the scalp. I use a pretty generous amount. After you've rinsed out the conditioner, I do a little spritz with the hairdo. I like to use the low porosity one because there's no protein in it, so it's really just like a moisturizing spritzer. And I just do a light spray over all of my hair. And then I add in the moisture milk. I love this stuff. Sometimes when I'm just refreshing curls, I'll just wet them and use a little bit of the moisture milk and the hairdo just to kind of like refresh and re-moisturize my hair in between when I whole washes. I usually just use like a quarter size, maybe like quarter size and then like nickel size. 2 little squirts. And then I finger comb through just to get out any of the last tangles. And I put it mostly like through the ends. I finish up with the conditioning curling custard, and I use the high porosity once again just because since this goes towards the ends of my hair for the most part, which is the most damaged part, I like to put the high porosity there since that's where most of my damage is. And I kind of just squish it up in there in like upward motions. I put about as much of that as I do of the mango moisture milk. Alright, and after that I finally just finish up with a little bit of the stimulating scalp beverage. I put a little bit of that on my scalp and then a little bit at the ends just to seal off the ends since my hands are wet. So I get about a dropper full. And I squirt it in a few places. And then about half a dropper, I just rub it between my hands and then just touch the ends with it. And then I massage the oil into my scalp. Alright, so these are the curls wet. This is kind of what it looks like. And I try to I squish it up a little bit every few minutes just to encourage the curls to go up. And then other than that, I just leave it and let it air dry. So I will be back in, usually takes about an hour for it to dry. So I'll be back in an hour to show you what it looks like afterwards. Alright, I'm back. It's been about 2 hours. If that's about how long it takes for it to be completely dry, like 95% dry. So I've got fluffy curls that are pretty defined. I'll give you a little spin. You can see the back and the sides. So that's what they look like. Little curls underneath. And this is just air dried. Once again, I don't put any heat on. If I want to refresh the curls throughout the week, or if I want more definition, sometimes I'll just do a little spritz of the hairdo and then go in with the curl custard just to define any certain parts. And then after like day 2 or 3, if like my hair is dry and a little brittle, or if it's getting, you know, the moisture has kind of gone away a little bit and I have to refresh it, I will use a little bit of the spritz or just plain water or alkaline water. I'll use sometimes rose water just to spritz my hair to get a little bit wet, and then add some of the moisture milk in just to give a little bit of like bounce back to the curls if they're getting dry and like straightening out a little bit. And then sometimes also I'll add a little bit of some oil to the ends if they're starting to look a little bit dry too. And those are all my tips and tricks for a wash and go curl air dry hairstyle. If you have any questions, OrganiGrowHairCo.com. They have a ton of tips and tricks to help. They've got like a whole section on like hair type and like what products are good for different types of hair. So if you have any questions about that, head on over to the website and they've got all the answers covered for you. Other than that, enjoy and happy hair growing.